Hello everyone, it's Jessica and I'm back with another video for you for Off the Board, which is to take a pin from our Pinterest board and use it as inspiration and scraplift it. So I've chosen this one by Nikki Rowland and I am going to follow it pretty closely, but not, if that makes sense. So she used stars in her layout, which I absolutely love, and you guys have watched my videos before, you've seen my layouts, you know that I love stars in my layouts, but I wanted to change this one up a little bit and I thought I like the layered look of her stars, so I'm going to do kind of the same thing but with circles instead. So I'm pulling out these nested dies. I think these ones were by Echo Park maybe, but they're the stitched circle dies. So it looked like her stars were stitched, so I'm just using my stitched circles just to punch them out with my manual die cutting machine. And I've cut a whole bunch out of the different pattern papers in the collection by Pebbles. This one is by Pebbles, but it's called Peek-a-Boo You, I believe. And it's kind of like some adventure-y type boy pages and patterns. So it's a really fun one to use, and it's really pretty. I really like the boldness of the colors and how pretty that deep turquoisey teal color is for the background. It's my favorite, and I just love how the papers and patterns just coordinate so well. So I've cut a bunch out with my die cutting machine, and then I have also cut some vellum out as well, just so that I can layer them up with vellum. So what I'm going to do here is, this is actually patterned vellum. It has like just a faint pattern on it of some florals, and I have stitched down the middles of those two, and then I'm actually going to stitch down the middle of a third one here in a bit too. So I've just added a little bit of texture to my layout just to kind of fluff those two up, and then to add a little bit more dimension to my layout yet, I'm going to pop a couple things up here on it with some 3D foam squares from Thermoweb. So I don't know if you watch my videos over there, but I'm also on the design team for Thermoweb, so I post videos on their YouTube channel as well. So if you want to see more of my videos with their products, then you can pop over there at any time. But as far as this layout goes, this is for Off the Board. It's with pineapple papers, and I'm excited to be participating in this, and I hope it's something that I can continue to do every month. It's usually, I believe, the last Wednesday of the month. So hopefully I can keep this up and keep participating, because I really need to get some of these pins in my Pinterest board into my actual scrapbook and take them out of there. So I have so many pinned for inspiration, and there's so much there that it kind of becomes a little bit overwhelming sometimes. So I need to just like start picking one and just going with it. So that's what I've done today. So here I am just adding some white splatters, because Nikki's layout was on a dark background just like mine is, and she added some white splatters, that's my normal thing anyways. So I probably would have done that regardless if it was on her layout or not. So yeah, so I've added that in there just by watering down a little bit of white acrylic paint. And then I am going to put that circle there, which I'm going to sew down the middle of as well, and put some vellum on there. And then I'm grabbing some Epoxy Flair by Scrappin Happy Studio, and I am putting 3 of those on my layout because they are adventure themed, which just goes perfect with this. My son had a milestone blanket that he's laying on that is adventure themed, so yeah, so it just goes with the whole theme of this layout, and it all kind of coordinates. And here I'm just pulling out some bits from my stash. So this collection, I don't have a lot of die cuts or ephemera with this, so I am just using kind of what I have from my stash to go with this, which makes me super happy because I never pull from my miscellaneous bin of embellishments. So it makes me really happy whenever I pull things out and actually use them or use them up. So super happy about that. Here I'm just pulling out some pretty little studios labels. These have been in my stash for a little while, and they're in my miscellaneous bin, so I don't use them enough, but I really need to. Those little hearts were by Hip Kit Club, but I didn't end up using any on my layout. I thought I want to put some stars on here, but I want to keep it mainly circle design and just kind of use the stars as just some pops of color or just some interest. So I wanted to keep the circles in my photo the main focal point of this. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. This little title is an acrylic piece by Pear Tree Cut Files, which is another design team I'm part of. And it just says adventure, and I thought I'm going to add to this title a little bit, and I'm going to put adventure awaits, because he just turned 6 months in this photo, and he's actually, oddly enough, he's turning 3 in about a week and a half, I believe. So actually, probably by the time this video posts, he will be 3. Yeah, because this video should post actually after that, and I'm doing this one a little bit early. So yeah, he'll be 3 years old whenever this posts, and I can't believe it. So he's 6 months old in this picture, and he's still a little he's my little cutie. He's a good kid for the most part. But I'm gonna just add a few more things here from this Vicki Boutin sticker sheet. This is the thickers. They're like puffy little stickers. I've been using them and favoring them a lot lately, and I'm surprised I don't have more used up as much as I've been pulling these out. But yeah, I still have quite a bit of these left, so using up some of those on here. And as you can see, I stuck that adventure, oh boy, talking is hard today. I stuck the adventure acrylic piece down with my bling zots. They're just teeny tiny little zots. They're like glue dots, and they are really super sticky, so I know that title is not going anywhere with those. Then I pulled out some Bella Boulevard little trinkets and puffy stickers that I'm just scattering about on my page. And then I'm also going to use some Sequins as well by Not Just for Boys Kit Club. So it's funny because I'm pulling in pretty much every design team that I work for right now into this layout. So I'm with Pear Tree Cut Files, Thermal Web, and Not Just for Boys Kit Club. And I have incorporated pieces from each and every one of them, not even realizing it until just now. So this is just a bit of a kind of a thrown together layout, just with miscellaneous whatever I could get my hands on that I thought would match with this are the things that I grabbed. So it works out well. I'm just adding some thread behind my epoxy Flair just to make some interest there. I just love the way that thread bunched up behind things just makes your page look. And so I'm adding some of those and putting glue dots on the back to hold those down. And then I'm going to add a whole lot of sequins. So I'm just going to use, I'm actually just gluing down my thread there. If you couldn't really see that, that's what I was doing. I was gluing down my ends of my thread so that they stick down because I wanted it to lay a certain way, and I didn't like the way that it was laying just on its own. So I gave it some help, and it dries clear, so you don't have to worry about that. And then here I'm just going to stick down a crap ton of sequins. Yeah, so that's my Pennsylvania slang for you. I hope you enjoy that. Sometimes it comes out and I can't really hold that back. So I am going to fast forward this. You've seen me put plenty of sequins down lately, so I know you know how that works. And then these are just some buttons that I've had in my stash for a while. They're actually from Hip Kit Club, so I am super excited to use these too because I never grabbed these and I haven't used them yet. So I was happy to get them onto a layout. They're really cool. They're wooden buttons and they are sticky on the back already, but that one wasn't sticking because it was on top of that thread. So it just gave it a little help. And then here is my finished layout. I love how this one turned out. I think it turned out super cute and pretty close to Nikki's layout. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and stop back for more because I'm sure I'll have more coming up in March. So thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.